get showcased.
Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, joined by the boss, Chris Blackheart. In the studio today, Chris Blackheart, lonely Chris Blackheart. Yeah, you enjoying the whole space for yourself?
You know, it feels good. It kind of, you got room, you can move, but we're in the 1776 studio. We are coming back from a sold-out standing room only, Franklin, Massachusetts, the fourth event throughout the year being sold out. How'd that feel? I thought that was fucking awesome.
It was great, man. It was great to see all the people come out and support. You know, New England Tumble and Cheer. They were happy. You know, successful event for them. Raised a lot of money. Had a lot of fun and a lot of good matches that took place that night.
Well, it was, and it was good for three organizations. It was obviously good for Showcase, good for New England Tumble and Cheer, and it was good for the Elks. So yes. We do have a return date. We're coming back there, if I'm not mistaken, is Saturday night, May 17th. That is going to be for the Special Olympics. It is not on the website, Danny. Don't go there yet because there's a big things going on there, right?
Yeah,
but that is an event we booked that right away.
You're letting everybody know ahead of time because, like you said, you know, Franklin always sells out. This time it was standing room only, so you know we kind of pressed everything we could press to get people in the door last Saturday night.
Yeah, you know, it's actually a good problem. We modified the set because of it, and rockin' hot crowd, great matches, everybody was happy. And we got some announcements from March anniversary from our commissioner. Yeah, 1/3 of the championship committee, by the way.
Yes, you know, it was finally great to see John in hand, and you know, I talked a few things with him.
I knew you would, and
yeah, it was big surprise.
Can you tell everybody that I'm not a fibber?
Nah, we're not gonna get into.
Oh,
that
come
today.
on, come on.
We're definitely not getting into.
Come on, I know the questions you asked him. I kind of heard some of them, and I think you were more shocked that I was telling the truth because some reason, you know, you still think that you know. I'm the heel all the time.
Slightly the truth, you know, I'll give you that. You know, a lot of the stuff was slightly accurate. You know, then we see the logo, March Anniversary 18, right below my feed there. Now it's to the side of the feed. But March Anniversary 18, coming up March 14, that's going to be a huge event, and that's another sellout. So,
we'll plug that right now, right? So, earlier today, we put a link on the Showcase Pro Wrestling fan page. So, Danny, bring up showcaseprowrestling.com, right? Yeah. So, when I put that on there, you have to click buy ticket. It doesn't matter which ticket you click, right? So, the idea was if you're a part of the group, it's just under 100 people there, right? Mm-hmm. Then you go into the store and you can buy March Anniversary right now. We're doing that same thing right now for those on the podcast.
You just click on the poster, whichever event you are interested in attending, and you can buy your tickets.
All right. And then on Saturday, the website's going to be updated with March Anniversary on there. So the general public who is not part of the fan page or not listen to the podcast. So remember, kind of like what American Express used to say, membership has its privileges. So it costs nothing to listen to the podcast except subscribing and liking. It costs nothing to join on Facebook, the Showcase Pro Wrestling fan page.
So, you know, figuring that you mentioned that, you know, I know a lot of people like to tune in on Thursdays and check out the pod, and we thank you for tuning in. But it'll help us greatly if you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe; it's for free. Hit the bell notification so that you're informed when we drop new content on the YouTube and when we go live on YouTube, and that's going to help us greatly to grow our channel and bring more live content like this right here, right now, like the Showcase Pod.
Yeah. Look at it like a tip jar without using any money. You're just clicking and liking.
I think there's people that still think that because it's a subscription that they have to pay some type of money, but you don't have to pay anything to subscribe to your favorite channel on YouTube.
So, all right. Well, that being said, do you want to go with some of the matches from Saturday night, or do you just want to go some of the results in the?
Let's go. Let's go through the card for those that weren't there, and we're gonna have footage of what happened shortly. And if you're subscribed and you hit the bell notification, you'll get notified when that episode and those matches hit on YouTube. But going back to the card, Danny, don't post it up on the screen, but you have the results of the card.
Oh, yep.
The first opening matchup of the evening. If you wanna read that out, and then we'll go through the results here.
Well, it's for the YouTube World Title. Jay Evans champion against Logan.
Okay, so Jay Evans in his first title defense against Logan Macchia. Chris Blackheart, you got a chance to watch that match?
I did. That was almost a rematch from Taunton. The only difference was if the title was on the line, Evans was not the champion that time, but he wasn't by himself.
Yeah, he brought along your little friend Annabelle.
Yeah, he brought that creepy little doll with her, which Evans stepped up his game. I'm not sure what happened to him, and hopefully we can find out, but
it's like he's got some sort of, some supernatural powers now. Ever since he's been hanging with Annabelle.
It's something there. And even with Macchia, he's a young kid. Each match, even though he's not winning, he is getting closer to get that victory. Each time he's out there, he's improving. Like the match that they had with Rambo a couple weeks ago in Woonsocket, I for the first minute and a half, I thought he was going to win. Again, totally underdog from that match, but he almost pulled it off. So,
yeah, you can only get better as time goes on.
Yeah.
And he's taking on some big competition in his first couple of encounters in Showcase. So we'll find out what the future holds for that young man there. What was the second match on that card, Daniel?
It was a triple threat match. Roger Williams versus Chris Candido versus Danny Cabral.
Close.
Against Sean Candido.
Chris Candido. Don't worry, not the first nor the last.
Well, R.I.P. Chris Candido. What a great worker he was. But, yep, Sean Candido, the superstar, Danny Cabral, and your favorite doctor, the evil Dr. Williams, in a triple threat matchup. Your thoughts on that match, Chris Blackheart?
Something about Roger Williams I don't like, and it's hard to say that because he's been around Showcase for many years. He's very similar.
I heard ever since, whatever alliance he's got going on with Annabelle and Jay Evans, he wants to be referred as the evil Dr. Williams. He doesn't appreciate being called Roger Williams anymore.
Yeah, I do like the aggressiveness. Looking at it non-biasedly, he is aggressive out there now. He's getting some wins. So maybe this is what he needed.
He wants to fight Chris Blackheart.
We're not saying that that's what he needs. That may be what he gets, but that's not what he needs.
Well, it'll be a matter of time if he keeps, trying to blindside you.
I'll be looking for him on the 8th in Woonsocket because nothing happened in Franklin.
Well, anything could happen when you show up to these live events in Showcase Pro Wrestling. But a back and forth matchup, Danny Cabral almost coming up with a win there. But, in the end, superstar Sean Candido, he found a way to win, and he was victorious in that encounter there with Roger Williams. Sorry, Roger Williams. Evil Dr. Williams and Danny Cabral.
All right, Danny, what's the third match?
Well, before the third match, you had that promo with John Cena Sr.
What
was that about?
that was about my
That was major news. That was a major announcement.
Yeah, and we didn't share it on social media, but basically Cena stated at Monteversary, Rambo Godfrey, the current reigning and defending heavyweight and Sons of Liberty champion, will be defending both titles.
For the first time ever.
Yep.
First time ever in March-versary, a single champion with 2 titles will wrestle twice to defend both of those titles at March-versary.
Then he's going to worry about the winner of the Rumble.
You got to worry about the winner of the Gauntlet too. So I mean that's an open contract. The Gauntlet, as you know, we will get into the details, but that is literally the opportunity to cash in for any title, anytime, anywhere, and we're just gonna find out. I mean,
you know, Chris Blackheart, is that Sons of Liberty match going to be an open challenge?
what? We didn't get the full details on it, and I don't want to disclose it right now, but
I'm pretty interested to find out. Maybe I'll reach out to Cena again.
Right.
You know what's funny? Well, not funny, but
no, it's not funny. Haha. The problem is Rambo keeps putting his foot in his mouth, and Cena keeps allowing him to do it.
Well, you know,
fine, do it. Just tell people what I don't want to tell them. Fine.
In my interest, in my personal interest,
yeah.
The only title keeping me from a Triple Crown and Showcase happens to be the Sons of Liberty Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And what a place, what a night for March-versary to be that place and time to get a shot at that title. But that remains to be seen. I'll have to make a phone call and find out.
Phone call or greasing of the palms.
Yes.
Yeah. What? No, what? You can't do that.
What? Right time, right place, Chris Blackheart.
John, don't pick up that phone.
Well, I'm not picking up the phone. I mean, I'm just interested to find out if it's an open challenge. Yeah, Chris Blackheart knows more than what he's willing to share here tonight.
I like to leave that alone right now because I'm still trying to make fairness for the champion, even though, the champion does put his foot in his mouth a lot, but he has been backing it up. So,
well, yeah.
But I mean 2 matches, one night, knowing who your opponents are, that's not fair.
I gotta look out for myself. You know, Alex Rader's still on the injured reserve.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that's in a while. So I gotta gear up to singles competition here, and like I said, only title that's eluded me for a little bit. It's been Sons of Liberty, so that belt will look really good in the waist of Don Vega.
Well, what about this year, right? You know, the winner of the Gauntlet gets a title shot, right? So what about the runner-up gets a title shot to Sons of Liberty?
Absolutely, and why don't we give trophies and championships to everybody too, Danny?
What do you want? Participation trophies?
Yes, we're gonna give participation belts. Breaking news at Monteversary. Everybody who wrestles or doesn't wrestle can all get miniature belts just like this size for everybody. Breaking news. You just go to Kathy at the door, and she's gonna give it to you.
Danny's trying to look out just in case he gets eliminated, and he comes in second. He wants to make sure he still gets the title. That's pretty smart, Danny. I'll give you that much.
Yeah, because everybody competes to be number 2.
That's pretty.
What's your last name, Harris?
He's covering his footsteps, Chris Blackheart. Anything could happen. I mean, you got guys coming from all over the place, so you don't know. You know, he might get eliminated, but if you were the runner-up, you could get a title shot.
Oh, so. Can we give T-shirts for I was almost a winner, but I got eliminated?
Well, you know, yeah. I mean, I guess.
I mean, just say me and Vega, though. Right. Me and Vega, last 2 in a ring, both of us to guarantee the title shot. You know what I mean?
Why?
So you could go after the Sons of Liberty champion if I win, and vice versa, whatever the case.
All right. So then, why don't we do like they want to do? Why don't we do the last 5 people, right? So someone go after the heavyweight, Sons of Liberty, YouTube, and then the tags. The last 5 people. New rules. According to, we're going to call these the bionic rules. Last 5 people get a title shot, or whoever they want.
Oh, man.
You feel good on that, Danny?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Bionic rules.
Moving on to, the next contest of the evening. Who do we have on that spot?
Big Matt Thompson, Buddy My Man versus 17 Jump Street.
So, we saw the young tag team of D-Rex and Picture Perfect Rocky. And I guess they didn't like the fans in Franklin. I guess they didn't like cheerleading Chris Blackheart.
Well, no. I don't know if you... Well, something happened in the locker room with Thompson and one of them. I don't know what it is. And it was something was said like a father would, like a dad would say to his kid. And they got offended because Matt was acting like a dad to them with a father voice.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how my impression, how that match kind of, changed because everybody likes T-Rex, right?
Well,
everybody likes Rocky. They're the young kids.
Sometimes, those father figures got to go out there and whip some ass.
Yeah.
And, that's what ended up happening because that match went back and forth and, the guys were obviously bitten more than they could chew with Thompson. And they both, it started off as a one-on-one match, ended up turning into a handicap tag team match. Which, Chris Blackheart, I saw the audience out there, they were loud. Thompson needed a hand. He's handed the hand out to me in the past. So I made it my mission to go out there and set the kids straight.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happened, so you could go from here.
Yeah, the 17 Jump Street, well, they came in second.
Yeah, well, they came in second, had a couple of bumps and bruises to think about when they went home that night.
Then you had the heavyweight championship with
Swig of water.
Rambo Godfrey against Raven Moon.
What was that, Danny? I couldn't hear you.
For the SPW heavyweight championship, Rambo Godfrey defending the title against Raven Moon.
Against Brother Moon Revan.
Yeah, so that was an open challenge.
Yes, indeed. Brother Moon Revan just answering the challenge from notorious Rambo Godfrey. And we saw a back and forth matchup, which looked in a lot of ways that Revan could have gotten the win and become the champion. But in the end, Rambo Godfrey, returned this title. And was able to put Brother Moon Revan away to get the 1, 2, 3.
Then you had the main event for the tag team championship. It was AZ and Matt versus HL. Who's HL?
You tell me. What do you think? Highlight?
Higher education.
Oh, it says HL.
Yeah.
Yeah, higher
Some reason
higher education.
People are renaming them. So we had the consistent ones versus higher education.
Yes, well, consistent bums versus higher education.
Yeah,
yeah. He's another one that didn't get appreciated by the fans in Franklin, and they let him have it. AZ.
Yeah, and we do have some problems, obviously, with the tag team champions. We do believe that they're competing with under the influence of something.
Man, it's
and that's the problem.
Tea, Chris Blackheart, you heard the crowd
it's
chanting
something.
herbal tea. He fired up. I mean,
I don't even know what herbal tea is.
It's an herbal remedy.
Right, I'm gonna have to check it. I'm gonna have to check that drink beforehand.
No, it's very. The recipe it was passed down by Sprat's great grandparents, so he's very protective over the herbal tea recipe there.
Well, look at them; they can't hold the belts right. They're both upside down.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, they're killing me. But
I thought they did a great job, man.
yeah, I honestly think the consistent ones were going to win that night. They were very concerned about the hair. The hair protection agency was doing pretty good. Young Matthew was protecting the hair and the hairline.
He was wearing that ridiculous cap.
What? That is the same cap that potential prospects for the WWE center, training center down in Florida, they get the same thing.
So you're trying to say Ken gifted him that to protect his hair?
Yeah. I mean, there's different reasons, Usually down there, they're making sure that people who are new to the business learning how to
man
wrestle.
And woman that are starting out from knocking themselves out and getting concussions.
Yeah.
Now, if AZ mysteriously grabbed one of those and put it in his gear bag, that's a different story.
No, but that was smart. He's protecting the follicles and
he's losing matches left and right.
Well, I do have to talk to them. They have to focus on the task at hand is winning a match, in this case the titles, not protecting your hair.
You saw that great. You saw what happened. That miscommunication. They thought they could mock Spratt and the Damien using their own maneuver, and it backfired.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Well, again, I watched it. It is what it is, man.
I might have to use your. I might have to borrow your chant and apply it to those guys, because Blackheart.
What do you mean?
The "You Look Stupid" chant is perfect for AZ now with that freaking hairpiece.
See, and that just shows you that people don't have style in class.
Oh man, here we go. Yep. So victorious Damien and then Chris Pratt pulling up the win, remain the tag team champions on the road to Marchiversary 18. Lots of things will happen. Matches will be signed, and you have to stay tuned in the next couple weeks to find out what those matches are here in the Showcase Pod. What do you got, Chris Blackheart?
Either we can go into plugs and we can tell the people we're doing to get more seating in Woonsocket, or if you want to go into.
Let's go. We did our picks for Saturday night's main event.
We did.
Cranky. You didn't want to pick it up live in the air, so we did our picks after we went off the air last week.
Yeah.
And Danny, if you want to go through those really quickly.
Sure. So I can make this short or quick. I mean,
do it quick.
So basically, we all picked Gunther to win the heavyweight title. Keep the heavyweight title against Jey Uso, and Gunther retained. Then you had Sheamus versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. Me, Chris, and Julio all picked Sheamus. You picked Breaker, which was the breaker of the whole thing here, because for the rest of the card, we all picked Fatu, then Rhea Ripley. So once again, Don Vega wins the picks here.
Yes, indeed.
And we got to take the picks for the Rumble, by the way, today.
All right, why don't we
back to my winning ways, Chris Blackheart.
Why don't we just pick who's going to win the Rumble? Or do you want to do that?
Let's pick. Pull the matches.
All right, pull the matches. Let's do it. All right, so.
Let's do the matches. Yeah.
All right, are you going to write it down, Danny?
Yep, I'll write this shit.
So Vega doesn't cheat?
So, we're talking about here the Royal Rumble. That's right. Right around the corner here this Saturday night on Peacock, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The Royal Rumble in Indianapolis. It's gonna be an interesting one, man. And looking at the poster, the website there up on the screen, Cody Rhodes defends the title against Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship. We have the old Eagle belt and the new WWE Championship. Who do you have on that matchup, Chris Blackheart?
I am going with Cody.
Daniel?
Cody.
Well, I'll be the opposite here. I think Kevin Owens will pull the victory and become the new undisputed WWE Champion.
Then we get the men's Royal Rumble match. So it's that's
All right.
Are we in the Rumble match? Chris Blackheart, who do you have for the men's Royal Rumble match? As the winner?
I'm going to pick Cena.
Oh, same here, John Cena.
I will have to agree on that. I think John Cena will be the winner of the men's Royal Rumble matchup this Saturday.
Then we got the women's Royal Rumble.
Yep, you can scroll. I'm not even in tune with what's going on with the women's Royal Rumble.
You got to pick somebody though. Throw a name there.
I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan.
Go with Morgan. I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, me too. Charlotte Flair for me.
Well, you think Charlotte's coming back?
Yeah.
I could have sworn they announced it on Raw.
Well, you would have thought they would have posted it by now on the website, unless she's a surprise entrant. But yeah, I'm still. It is. It's on there. Is that accurate? What you just pulled on the screen there, Daniel?
Right off of WWE's website.
Yep. So I guess it is. Then we have a tag team championship match as DIY. You want to scroll back down, Daniel, because I'm reading off the screen. DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Who do you have in that match in a 2 out of 3 falls matchup, Chris Blackheart?
I like the Machine Guns.
So I'm gonna say the hometown boys, Ciampa and Gargano, are gonna retain the titles.
So you got DIY.
Yes.
Now I get the Motor City. I'll take them.
Okay. Any other matches listed?
And not so far, no.
So we'll go on those 4 matches, and then if we need a tiebreaker, we'll figure that out. And when we're back here next week, we'll announce it live on the air.
That is perfect.
Chris Black, are you going to be tuning in since 6 o'clock or for the pre-show?
What do we got? So we do have a birthday party at Showcase Wrestling Training Center throughout the day. So anyone who wants to book a party in the future, just go to showcasewrestling.com, send an inquiry. The ultimate birthday party. So that should be getting over about 5. I think I should be able to. I don't know if I can watch it live because I do believe the kid has. I think she has a semi-formal or something. Or went to a formal. So I may have to watch it on delay.
Is Chris Blackheart her date?
No. I think that is. I think they have an option to either have a date or go by yourself or with friends.
Let me guess. Let me guess this one here. Chris Blackheart opted for.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't. But
did you scare any young man, Chris Blackheart?
No. She could have went with Smith and Western. That would have been more than fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured that much.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's what I believe. That's what I believe I was told. So there could be some trickery going behind the scenes, but I'm not really sure on that one.
No surprises. Is Chris Blackheart going to have to sneak down there and then find out? This could be a live extra bonus episode.
Wow.
Chris Blackheart investigation.
I do believe I'm dropping her off with Kathy, I believe, and then going out to dinner and picking up, but I'm not positive. So
okay,
I could be getting work done this deal. I'm not sure.
It could be. Well, like the old saying goes. I mean, don't allow a worker to get worked.
Yeah.
Yep. But moving on, in the plugs here, February 8th, we're back at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket, Rhode Island for Showcase Saturday night. And that's an event that's the last couple events is sold out. So,
Yeah, so just so people know, we did modify the training center. So we got about 30 more chairs. We broke down the secondary ring. We're expanding some of the space over there. So as much as we appreciate a sellout crowd, we're trying to make it a little more open for the fans. But that being said, I almost felt bad because we almost had to send people away. But we literally were we were taking chairs from the locker room from the boys and bringing them up. That's how crowded in a positive way it was.
Well, so get your tickets. Tickets are on the Showcase Pro Wrestling website, showcaseprowrestling.com for that event. Or you could.
They are available online, and they are always available at the door. Again,
you can't say always now.
Well, it is, and same with Franklin. We almost had to stop people. March anniversary, wink, wink. That link right there, Danny. Click that. Buy ticket. Buy ticket. Click any event, and you can buy the ticket right now before everybody else on the general public knows.
Yeah.
Please, if you want to go. Kathy feels bad when she's at the door because we've had to do this last couple of years. We've had to not let people in, which we don't like. We're very included, organization. We love everybody to enjoy the event. So get them ahead of time. And again, March anniversary, right? Taunted. Every seat is the same price.
Yes. $15 tickets.
They're all $15. We kept it the same. And I got a question, right? So this boggles my mind. I know we were talking about it, right? So, right, Franklin with the last 3 shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Standing room, sold out or almost sold out, depending on the time, right?
Yeah.
Woonsocket, right? This would be the 4th time they were going and looking for a sellout or almost a sellout, right?
Yes.
Taunted. What are you doing? I don't understand. How is Woonsocket selling out, right? And Taunton is not. I don't understand.
Well, I think, in my opinion, it has to do with a lot of, modification on the advertisement because, way back when you were able to flyer the town and put posters up.
True. I mean, when we were doing the rainbow posters years ago, we were averaging a good number. Then after that, literally, we lost about 40%. Which is huge.
And also the building. If the building's not involved and they're giving you, some sobby Friday nights and
it's weird because Saturday usually does better than Fridays. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm still a firm believer. If they want to come, they will.
Well.
So those
for those people that are watching in Taunton, we still running the BFW Hall, and we're gonna be there on Valentine's.
It is, and what is a better day than wrestling and showcase on Valentine's Day?
Well, Chris Blackheart tried skipping Valentine's Day, so I guess you could bring your date to watch some wrestling.
Well, I can celebrate the day before, the day after.
So there you have it on the screen. February 14, the road to March anniversary takes us to the Taunton BFW Hall for San Valentine's Day Massacre, and that will be Friday night, 7:47 p.m. bell time. You can get your tickets again, showcaseprowrestling.com, or at the door for that event in Taunton on February 14th. I almost went to March because both days are the 14th. So
that is true. So we do know that March anniversary is on the 14th. That is in Taunton. Before there, we do have a returning fundraiser. We're doing BBT. That is up in Upton, Mass. When you click the link, you got options for 2 seats. You can either get the bleachers or you can get ringside. So that is an awesome fundraiser. The event poster is created, is approved. That'll be going out this weekend on all of our social media. But those tickets are available now. And then we will be announcing Woonsocket. We're just going over a couple of dates in Woonsocket. And that'll be announced probably next week on the podcast.
But, going back to, these final shows in February, the 8th and the 14th in Taunton, the Road to March anniversary is alive and well, and you don't want to miss both of those events because that's going to gear up what's going to happen come March anniversary 14. So you definitely want to be there on one of those nights.
That is all true. Danny, you want to bring up some of our sister promotions that are coming up in February and or March?
So March 21st, we go to Royal Crown Wrestling, and we will be back in action, making the RCW debut in Marblehead, Massachusetts at the BFA, and that is Friday night, March 21st, 7 p.m. bell time, with Parker Bordeaux. He will be in action against Big Colton Charles. A lot of matches already up on the Instagram page, Royal Crown Wrestling, and RoyalCrownWrestling.com for tickets that are already available for purchase. If you click on the Instagram link there, Daniel.
Yep.
On the top right corner. This is live, folks, though. We're scrolling here. If you want to click on the event poster there, you see it. The Phoenix, JKM, taking on a newcomer, Laura Adream, women's contest. Ivy Malibu takes on Leah Knight. And I'll be taking on Frank Rolla all the way from Puerto Rico and from the Espiritu Wrestling Dojo in Puerto Rico. That's going to be a fight indeed, because Rolla, I've seen some of his stuff, and he's quite the tough opponent there, and we're going to find out what happens down in Marblehead on the 21st. Los Toxicos will take on Guapo and Suave in a tag team contest. And also from Puerto Rico, Hijo de la Nitma will take on Salvatore Menestra, making his debut in Royal Crown Wrestling. All that the 21st in Marblehead, Mass. If you want to take us over now to Powerhouse Wrestling.
Powerhouse Wrestling deck.
Chris Blackheart's taking a nap over there.
No, I'm just watching Danny's sausage fingers type quick.
Oh, okay. So, Powerhouse Wrestling returns to Sturbridge, Massachusetts on March 29th at the Sturbridge Hotel. And tickets are on sale by, scanning that QR code in the corner there. And on that night, I will be defending the Powerhouse Wrestling Heavyweight Championship against the War Machine Rhino in a hardcore matchup. In action, the full-blooded Italian Nunzio will be on hand. And if you scroll, I don't know if you want to scroll past this to the other match cards. Daniel.
Yep. Oh, there it is.
Daniel's lost today, folks. Well, did you get that from my page or Powerhouse Wrestling?
Powerhouse Wrestling.
There you see one of the other matches. Special challenge, I would say new school against old school, as the BRG will challenge Austin Aries, returning to the New England area after a long hiatus. 5-time world champion, Ring of Honor, TNA Wrestling, WWE Cruiserweight champion Austin Aries, making his Powerhouse Wrestling debut in Sturbridge, Massachusetts at the host. So you don't want to miss that big match up there. Also, the Powerhouse Wrestling Women's Championship will be on the line as Evie De La Rosa takes on whoever answers the open challenge from Evie De La Rosa. So all that is coming March 29th, Sturbridge Hotel, 7 p.m. bell time. For that, tickets available, showcaseprowrestling.com, I was going to say, but in this case, powerhousewrestling.com for that event. Maybe if you hit up showcaseprowrestling.com, we'll give you some info. But all that and more, March 29th in Sturbridge, Mass. There you have it.
All right, with that being said, I thought about some of the news I saw the last couple of days. One of them, we may have to put an alert out there. This was coming up from eWrestling.com. It looks like Asuka, who is rehabbing a knee injury, is asking and pleading the fans on her Twitter account not to send romantic gestures to her. I guess she's been getting tons of requests of romantic interest, and she is asking people to respect her privacy and not send romantic gestures to her. Did you see that one?
No, I missed that one.
So we may have to call one of your friends who's a police. I'm sure that...
Oh, that was my next question.
Yes.
Is he one of the ones sending...
Yeah, so we are not sure if Chad Epic knows about it yet. So if police send... Hey, I'm going to put on my flashlight. That's going to be the Epic light, all right? Woo, come on. Come on, let's send it out to the North Shore, right?
We had nicknames in the past for different individuals and different things. Is that his the flashlight?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we had what was the other ones? It was Getting Cash.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember offhand.
I forgot the other one. Yeah, but if you were gonna tell somebody you were gonna slap them, but never do it, it was called Getting Cash.
Yeah. There was another one too. I can't remember. Yeah. You got Cash because he was calling.
Yeah. What a fun year that was, huh?
Yeah. We might have to bring that lost episode and put that back because that was actually a pretty good one.
Was that 23 or?
I would say yeah. I think that's what it was. Gosh, it could have been 22.
Yeah, it could. I'm thinking it was 22. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably like September, October of 22. Because that was one of the first episodes we did on the pod.
Yeah, time flies. But yep, if you ever told somebody you were going to do something and never intend to do it, it was called Getting Cash.
Yeah, you got cash.
Yeah, you got cash.
Yeah. And then the other news that came out during a WWE, it's a new show they do. I forget the name of it offhand because I don't have it in front of me, but there's a new show they're kind of doing, and The Undertaker came out with Shawn Michaels and Nick Khan, and they were doing the shtick, and Triple H was there, and they made an announcement. The Triple H was being inducted in the Hall of Fame, the headliner, which looks like he did not know. So kudos for that.
Well, Triple H getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Who do you think is gonna do the honors there, Chris Blackheart?
I'm thinking Michaels.
I'm thinking it's gonna be a combination of a couple people.
After I said it,
I'm thinking it's gonna be Stephanie's gonna be one of them.
Okay.
Michaels, possibly Kevin Nash.
Yeah, and I was just thinking maybe X-Pac.
Yeah, possibly the Clique there, and Stephanie inducting him into the Hall of Fame because we know the Godfather can't do it. So,
but I hope they allow time for stories because that's what I like about the Hall of Fame. Like, I like the stories. I like the stories that either you didn't hear or they're telling them in their version of it. That is, to me, what the Hall of Fame is. Let's tell a story or, Well,
Mr. T's not getting re-inducted, so he'll have plenty of time to say a few stories. Hopefully not about his mama. That's inside joke. You remember Mr. T's induction speech?
I don't remember it offhand.
It was about 30 minutes of how his mama taught him and loved him and how he loves his mama.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe Danny should watch it and give us a rundown next week.
Maybe Danny should pull it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And look
Danny,
at a clip.
Danny, you want to share the link with somebody? Mr. T. Oh, my.
Mr. T, mama.
What are they? Are they doing that the night before at the SmackDown? Do we have is that confirmed yet? The time and date they're doing it?
What, the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
It should be a part of SmackDown. It should be on Friday night because that's how it was when I went down there to L.A.
Yeah, no, because I thought that was pretty good how they did it,
Was this?
And it was done right after SmackDown on that particular instant. So I think they're gonna keep the same going unless they change it.
Yeah.
So is that what it was last year for WrestleMania in Philly?
Yeah, they did it on SmackDown. I forget how they did the turnover of it. I think it was on like maybe a half an hour later, I think.
Yeah.
Because then I think I flipped to Peacock, I believe.
I got to go back. Because I know they had, is that the one that had Thunderbolt Patterson?
Yes.
Oh, that was LA.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Thunderbolt last year.
Yeah, I gotta go back and rewatch that. Yeah, that was the one with Heyman.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Heyman was the headline, and he was the first one. And
yeah, Heyman barely said any stories.
His introduction was good, and I was hoping for more stories. So
yeah, he didn't really get into anything that was like, wow,
Yeah, do you know who tells good stories now?
Who's that?
It's two podcasts that so something to wrestle with Pritchard, right? With Bruce Pritchard, right? But JBL is taking it over a little bit. Talk about great stories. And then it inspired me to listen to Briscoe and Bradshaw.
I was going to say that. They got their own podcast.
Yeah, I started listening to that this week. Oh, my. Talking about stories. Oh, I love it.
I've seen a few of the podcasts when they have had guests like on the screen like we are right now. They've had different guests on there. So I've seen some of those. I haven't seen it in a little bit.
Listen to the one they had. They had Just Incredible on it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good seeing I didn't know that Just Incredible went to Canada to learn how to wrestle.
You didn't know that, Chris Blackheart?
No, I just thought he went to Uncle Joe Eugenio.
Oh, he started Joe Eugenio when he came back from Canada.
Yeah, no, he didn't really mention anything about that. So he just mentioned about paying $3,000, going up there for, I think 3 or 4 months. So, but it's amazing. Like in this business, you never stop learning, and listen to the stories. Then I flipped over I listened to Jake's podcast. I really haven't listened to that. Talk about
nuggets. I haven't really listened to Jake in a while.
Yeah, no, I caught somebody who was talking about different territories. Mm-hmm. So I think you may like it because of that.
Yeah, I'll have to go and revisit some of those. I was like hardcore podcast guy a few years back, and then I kind of fell off the bandwagon.
Yeah, no. My problem was I was studying for my security license, the past 10 months, and that's all I did. So I have some free time right now. So
I was like podcasts, all of them, like the Austin Colt Cabana, which was probably the originator of wrestling podcasts.
Oh, Cabana was good. I listen to that every week. And like Cornette, I think was better years ago when he was talking about the territory.
Well, you don't like his Trump rants? I gotta go. Has he had any Trump rants?
I'll listen to. I mean, I've been listening again. I just started probably like about 2 weeks ago. Listen to podcasts again because I have some open time. But some days Jim is quite long in the tooth, as they would say.
I forgot we had the election. I got to go revisit Uncle Jimmy, see if he had any tantrums on it.
No, I got to go listen to it because I didn't see it from what I saw, but I didn't pull it up right after the election either.
Yeah, I got to go back to election time. He did have some interesting ones in the old election when Trump went in office. He was having a fit, man. I just enjoy when he loses it.
Yeah. No, some days it is good.
Yeah. So, anything else in the internet going around, Chris Blackheart?
No, those were two of the. I wanted to bring up some current news because some days people ask, which is actually there's 2 questions I thought I would throw it out there to the viewership. What do you guys want for guests, and what do you guys want for topics? We haven't asked for a while. So a lot of times, we're literally shooting the shit, and we come up with guests and topics. But, we do have a nice following that follows us. And what do you guys want? What conversations do you want? Do you want an inside baseball? Wink, wink. You know, what does the fans want on the podcast that they haven't got or they want to go further on?
I think they just like when we talk shit about people. Cause
all right, so we're like a restaurant. People like the recipe. They expect the meal that they come into and they're happy.
Yeah, they like when we just go on rants and just, you know, expose people and, you know, drop names. And...
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I mean, we were good this week, so we didn't. Well, no, we can't talk about that right now.
Yeah, to a certain extent, we've been civil, you know, since our last rants last year. So, you know, it's been quiet.
Danny, what do you have? Anything in the chat room?
Yep, Hugo Brito, he said, haven't forgotten about you, Blackheart. We'll be giving you a call. Hope to see you in Vega next week. Aiden Carroll, he says, never thought I'd see a wrestler whose name is the founder of the state of Rhode Island. So we talk about Roger Williams there. And Liv Morgan's fine as hell, and she's going to win the Rumble. And Daniel Alves says, fans don't want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, speaking of Super Bowl.
Who said that?
Daniel Alves.
He said that fans don't want Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Ask him what team he roots for.
Yeah, what are you voting for, Daniel?
See, I think it's the other way around. I don't think people want.
Yeah, people don't like Kansas City.
Who's Kansas City? Who's that foosball player date? Who does he date? Britney Spears? Is that the girl that he dates?
No, that's Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
People don't want the Chiefs to win because of her.
Every play they go in the booth and they show a clip of her in the booth like cheering and it's just ridiculous, man. Yeah. Like it's just stupid.
Well, all right, but in wrestling, true wrestling form, the female demographics have been watching it. When you bring it up, the females watch because of it.
Yeah,
which is kind of ironic. So.
Well, I mean, and no, because football's always had a female following to it. Probably the goody two shoes are watching it now, but you know, yeah.
All right. With that being said, I think
no teams have three-peated before for the Super Bowl.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When is
the Super Bowl?
I know who his.
When is it going to ruin my day?
I know who his team is. Why he's not? He's embarrassed to post it on the chat line.
Yep.
Who? Alv? Who's his team?
It's the Patriots.
I mean, let's put it this way. I'm a New England guy, right? If I had to choose someone to watch, I would watch the Patriots. But
don't watch the Patriots now. They haven't won shit since.
Well, no. But in truth, I typically don't watch football. But if I was going to watch football, I would watch the Patriots.
They were the worst team in this season.
Yes.
They've been the worst team for the last few years.
Yeah, it was the last 2 years. So, yeah, that I do know. And, you know, they got a new coach. And so that part I know. They're rebuilding, you know, but let's see.
Daniel, you can go suck it, bud.
I think the problem is.
He said he's a Patriots fan.
No, which is fine. But the problem is a lot of these young sports fans don't realize that Boston used to suck. In the 80s, we had the Celtics. Celtics and Lakers back and forward. Yeah. You know? Then we had a little bit of luck with the Bruins, and barely had luck in the 2000s with the Red Sox. And then you look at what the Patriots been doing. They don't remember when Boston sports sucked.
Yeah.
So guess what? Welcome to the nipple, because they are sucking now.
Well, on that note, Daniel, who beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl? Not just beat, whoop their ass. Leave us that answer in the chat there. I believe it's a team with a bird that represents America.
Oh, the Falcons. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Falcons beat. Oh.
No.
Patriots going to lose that one?
Patriots.
What happened in that game?
They came back.
You're tricking me talking about football. Let's wrap this shit. I'm not talking about football.
It was the Philadelphia Eagles that whooped that ass in the Super Bowl. And he just doesn't want to comment anymore because he can't say anything to me. What time is it? Is it 10 o'clock yet?
It is, just by 10. So this is a wrestling podcast. This is a showcase podcast. This is the Don Vega podcast, Dan Pedante podcast, Chris Blackheart. This is not a football podcast.
Eagles podcast coming up. We're going to win the Super Bowl coming up in a couple weeks. Actually, yeah, 2 weeks.
So I would like to take command of this podcast. Oh, wait.
Man.
Did that hurt somebody? Oh, like a commander?
Yeah. I mean, we could be a Disney podcast.
No! Cut it! Cut the feed! Without, I hope, tomorrow, 30 degrees throughout the United States everywhere. That'd be fantastic.
I thought you were going to say, I hope. I thought you were going to sing the Seven Dwarfs song.
I did like that song when I was a kid. That was a good song.
Yep. I thought you were gearing up, in the spirit and the vibe. I'll send you.
No, not even close.
I'll send you some pictures. Well, with that note, that's all we got for this week. Join us next week here in the Showcase Pod. Subscribe. Leave us a comment. What do you like to see in the upcoming episodes? Before we go, I got to give a shout out to one of my longtime friends, Joe Natarot. He's got a show, and he's been plugging our stuff on the radio there, Joe. It's always good catching up. I'm going to be a guest on his show coming up in the next couple of weeks and talk about, my career and March and other things that are in the horizon. So shout out to Joe for always plugging us in his show. We'll have to have the link here next week for his stuff and post it up and possibly have Joe on the show.
That is perfect. What it was like, yes.
So, with that being said, that's all we got for this week. For the boss, Chris Blackheart. For Danny, you still awake?
Yep.
Okay, Danny Badandi and Don Vega. We'll see you right back here next week in the Showcase Pod.